Hello and welcome to the Tinker Cards video gallery. Today I'm working with a die cut and I'm going to use all elements of it to make two cards. And I'm working with the Celtic Dream die Timeless, which features a cat and some blueberry type of flowers, to make my cards. Now, when you come to do the die cut and position yours, once you've cut a square piece of card to match it, you got like these two little, actually there are four, but these outer dots, if you turn it round, they're these here, and they are if you align them with the sort of middle point of your sides, then your image will always be the right way round and it won't be slightly offset. So that's when you come to cutting it. Now I've left it here on my cutting plate, and I've already prepared two backgrounds with a bit of a sort of yellow and limey green. And I also got a piece of card here. And what I'm trying to do now is to leave as many elements in place as possible. I'm just going to pop my piece of card, which is a piece of scrap, and it's got some other printing of the on the reverse. So if I pop that on here, then I hold it down, and if I could do this now, and I'm just going to pick this up and I flip it over, and that's when I'm hoping that it all will quite nicely fall off my cutting plate. I haven't attempted this before. As you can see, most of it is there, actually all of it by the looks of it. It's just one that is slightly misaligned, and it's this here, and that had fallen out before. So what I'm trying to do now is to put glue on the outer bits and the ones that are like the negative bits of the die cut. And I'm just needing to flip this one around again, if I can do that. If not, there'll be a way of inserting that later on. So I'm just seeing where my tweezers. It's probably the best way of doing it. So I'm just trying to get it in here. See that it fits. There you go. So, and then the idea is that I'm just going to then use my piece of card, align it, and hopefully everything stays in place. So this, I've never tried this before. So as most of my videos, they are just sort of pretty much off the cuff. So I'm just going to get my glue. This is where I'm hoping that it hasn't seized up because I haven't prepared it beforehand. So let's just get a little baby wipe and try and free this up. This is where I should have done some prep work, I think. But I did actually open it up all the other days. So I'm hoping that it's still okay. Oh. Am I becoming unstuck here now? It almost looks like it. Just bear with me a sec. But I'm just trying to unblock this. Just once more. I've got like a needle and I'm just going down the little hole here and try and bring the glue that has set up and out. And it is working because I only used it yesterday, so it shouldn't be that bad. That should be able, if I'm giving it a good squish now, for it to come all out. Whatever it is that I need. And it's working. So as you can see, there is like the little curled bit there. That was the bit that did set in the nozzle. And it's coming out now. Great. So we can work with this one. Let's pop the needle to one side. Okay, so what did I say? I'm going to do the negative bits. So I'm just going to start with the inner bits first before I attempt to do the outer ones, because that then is sort of like hopefully will still give me some hold. So I'm just dabbing some glue on really more than anything else. Just a couple of bits there. Well, at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, at least I've tried. So let's just see that. There, that goes in here. Some there. Teeny bit there. Got these here. There might be small ones, but I'm not quite sure. I might have to. I think. No. Let's just see. That should still come up because it should hopefully work. I probably could do with a slightly finer nozzle for this type of work, but I'm hoping if I'm quick enough that I can still lift my card up and out before the glue sets. So let's put that. This is where I need a little tool to try and get this back in again. They're the smaller bits that are not as easy. I'll do that later in a bit with my right hand, because I'm not that good at doing left-handed stuff really. That's the same, and that's where I'm getting my tweezers, and I better turn it over quickly. There we go. Let me just turn this again a little bit. Try and have a steady hand here. That's it. Okay, so I've got a little bit more to do. Let's just do that. Put more here, and I'm just going to get a little bit off on here. And a tiny bit on there as well. Okay, so I think I've got everything, and what can I say? I've got to go for it now. And I can always align my frame later on, but I think I need to get that glue on the I need to get my bits glued down now, otherwise the glue is going to set too quickly. So let's see. You can always slightly trim and adjust the edges if that's not 100%. And I'm going to try and turn this over now, and hopefully it's worked. So let's see. That comes off. And let me just see, can I ease these out? Let's just see if that's going to stay. If not, I'll have to glue it down, and I've got to get the frame back. No, let's get it out, and let's leave the frame. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the reverse of it. That's where it had set already. but as long as I get the majority of bits of the little pieces adhering to my card, I don't mind, because that was the idea of doing this, that most of them should adhere to the card, because the other way around I would think that it would be quite difficult to do. Just do that. Staying down, nope. Just bear with me. It was the first time I've used this die for cutting, so I'm not entirely sure how well that has worked. So what I'm going to do now is, with that little piece, I'm just going to take a little bit of glue on the tip of my picking tool, and I just need to make sure I got it the right way around. I think that's it. Yeah, it does look a bit like that. And then I'm going to ease it in here, and that should hopefully stick. So I can go ahead and try and do the other bits. It hasn't stuck. Let's get it out again. There is glue on the other side, it just needs to stick in place, this thing. So let's try again. Nope. So let's just see, let's clear everything off, get another teeny bit of glue. And pop it on through. And hoping that it works this time. Let's just try from the other side here. I hope I haven't waited too long here now. No, that's fine. This just doesn't want to budge. It really, really just doesn't want to budge. So let's see. Let's just, that's it. And this is where it's moved again. So that's not a big problem. Just get a little bit of glue, pick it up, and just try and pop it in place, that it sort of like makes a little bit of sense. So we got that. There is a little bit that needs to go under one of the edges here. So just use my piercing tool and lift that up with, this is with long fingernails are coming in quite handy. So I can just stick that down. So this should be it. So make sure you're cleaning your tool off and blow off the little bits of card, the little flaky bits. And now all we need to do is put this on and then we are done. And you got like a really nice card front, and the other one just needs to go on like this, and that's all we need to do, and then we have like two really nice cards. So let me just stick this on. You can just use your glue. This is where it started to set a little bit again. As good as this glue is, but it does set really quickly, which at times is really what you need. But then other times you want it to stick a little bit more slowly. So just get some glue on here. And get that on your card front. And this is also if you slightly moved and didn't align it properly in the first place, weren't able to. If you do it now, it doesn't actually show that much anymore. Probably could have slightly turned it because my frame is a bit wider, is narrower at the top than it is at the bottom, but it doesn't matter, it still looks quite nice. I might have to trim this side here off a little bit because that sometimes happens when you cut something that it's not quite, even though you cut them to exactly the same measurements, they sometimes don't line up then that exactly. So if I cut this off, and then I got my card front, and it doesn't really need much else to it, maybe just a little bit of glitter on the flowers or the butterflies, and then you're done. And with this here, I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing, how I'll be finishing them off. I just want to get them done relatively quickly because I want to get them on my blog today. So you shall be seeing them on my Tinkercards blog, which is tinkercards.blogspot.co.uk, and they shall be up later today. And I think this is a really good way of using every bit of a little stencil that you got, and it's probably the easiest way to piece things in, I think, even though it seems to be fiddly, but short of actually attaching the template and then putting everything in again and then trying to lift the template, sort of the die cut, using the die cut as a template, that's what I meant, and then sort of attaching that with a sort of glue or tape that is repositionable, and then taking it off and whatever. I really think this is quicker. It's probably equally fiddly, quite frankly. But I think, at least for me, it's a quicker, and it seems to be a slightly easier way of dealing with it, with sort of piecing things in. And this is where I'm getting a bit rambly again, but I think you hopefully understand what I mean. So I'm just popping these down. So let's just get a bit of glue off here. I tend to use my fingers. I know there are people who use an old towel or something. I don't tend to have these sort of things to hand when I need them, so I'm just, is that where I've forgotten to put some sticky on? That's not a problem. I can always get underneath and get some more in. So let me just get some more in there. That's where your picking tools come in quite handy. Let me just get some more glue out. And I'll just pick some up. Sorry, this is what I'm thinking on my feet, but I got some coming out here, which I could just quite easily try and pick up and just, if it was working, yes, and just pop underneath there and stick it down. So if I take this glue off as well, there's a bit that could come off, and that's just like a little bit of tidying up work. So these are the card fronts that are ready. So you've got basically 2 quick and easy cards. So I might just round the corners or do something with these, I'm not quite sure yet, but I shall be popping them on my base cards now and then get them up on my blog. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and I shall be back soon. Bye.